Welcome back, guys. This is step 2. This is probably the most important step here. So I've made my new layer here that I'm going to work on. I've locked my other layer. I'm going back to properties. We're going to work with the pen tool. You want no fill and you want a stroke. So you got to have a stroke. No fill because that'll cover the image. The stroke will let us see it. Doesn't really matter the color. It's going to go away later. I'm going to zoom in here. So with the low poly art, we are simply making triangles or multi-sided polygons. We're not necessarily tracing the image, we're defining the image with polygons. So I just took 3 clicks and made a triangle. You're basically going to repeat that process a bunch of times. The only thing is you don't want to have gaps like this between your triangles, because the gaps between triangles or polygons are going to create issues when you color it. It's going to look like a glitch. So I'm going to repeat this process. I'm going to select my triangle, I'm going to delete it, and I'm going to start this over. So I'm going to start somewhere, and again, polygon, click, and I'm closing. So straight clicks, that's it. You notice my cursor changes to that circle by the pen tool to close my polygon, and that's good. The problem is if you try to go right back in and start on that same anchor point, it's going to want to delete it. So we're going to hold down the Shift key. And once you hold down the Shift key, you can go ahead and click right back on that same anchor point, and I can make another triangle. Look for those smart guides, click right back on that anchor point. I technically don't need to close this because the next step will recognize that, but it's a smart thing to do. Close your polygon, and now we can start our next one. Again, hold that Shift key down, make your next polygon wherever you think that needs to go. Click on those anchor points, close your polygon, okay? You can also start it from the center point. So if you want to do that, just again, hold down that Shift key, click, 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 close your polygon, and you're good to go. So that's essentially it, guys. Each one of these is technically a separate, think of it almost like a puzzle piece triangle, but there are not going to be any gaps. So those are all really close together. I want to show you one thing to avoid because I did see people doing this. I've seen people doing this, and it may work, but it might not work. So I'm going to say don't do it. People try to be a little faster and they'll like go, okay, I'm going to hold down Shift, I'm going to click, and then they just start kind of zigzagging and going like this and clicking around and trying to make a bunch of triangles kind of like this. And again, it won't let me click on here. So somebody might go like past this and then click around, and you know, they're just kind of zigzagging all over the place and trying to make their own polygons like this. If you do that in one big continuous line, you're probably going to run into problems. So you really don't want to do that, okay? You just try to finish those polygons as you go. Click, 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 close. Okay, start your next one. Shift, click, click. I know this looks like it's already there. Close it. Okay, spending a lot of time on that because that is a key element of this project. Close your polygons, work in little bit pieces there, and then finally consider the direction and the shape of things. These polygons are going to be different sizes than when I get up to the rind. This is probably going to be a different size and shape polygon. Okay, so I'm going to click on these and make this, you know, slightly different from what is down below. Click, click, close this guy up, and then same thing on the inside. So I'm going to start on my path, click here, maybe I'm going to make this shape kind of like that, close that up. Look at the shape and the size of things that you're tracing as well, because it should impact the way that the polygons are made on this. So that's the basic step. It's going to take you the most amount of time. Take your time with it. Just make sure, again, you are closing those polygons. Hold down Shift to restart on anchor points. Go right in there, close those up, and make it happen. All right, good luck. Take your time. Ask questions if you have questions or need help.